This is the data collection. We have the 315 megahertz antenna on the spectrum analyzer, and I just did an acquisition. I got some data on the spectrum and a CSV, the ADC from the intermediate frequency stream. Got a few frames out of the IQBLK, and then just did an entire IQSTREAM, which will just, there are a lot, but it'll just put 1,000 samples up. So I have the files ready to look at and visualize. And do that. Alright. So this is good because it's 315 megahertz. This spectrum clearly has all the power in the 315 megahertz frequency. The IQ has the 90-degree offset or phase difference after mixing. So this is getting ready to step into the FFT to be enveloped, and the butterfly pairs and implementation on the RSA. I'm not sure Tektronix will give up the exact process, but we can definitely infer that. And here's the entire stream. So being digital, it is representing that sinusoid we're looking for. And this is just a raw reading from the ADC before any mixing or enveloping has occurred. And it's the first 1,000 samples. So let me build this and run it. We'll use that task 995 here. So we have the configurations, and we'll call for a spectrum, an ADC, and a 2IQ function groups. Get rid of all these outputs from the current session. All right, so all the outputs are gone. And just build this again. And when I'm running, I'll be transmitting. So I'll press this button here. All the processing will happen on this Intel NUC with the i7. Let me see how this build's going. It's almost done compiling. Alright, there it is. Alright, so I'll start transmitting. So that button's going. I'll run this program. Alright, that's good. The program's complete. We'll look at the data. Looks like we got a lot of data here. And I see the strongest one is at, well, this first one looks pretty, that's a pretty big catch. So we'll try that first index. And if this works, I'll automate this whole process, but for now I'm going to grab all these files and just visualize them. Just got to get the 2IQ outputs here. All right, and then to visualize this, we'll just plot all four outputs, starting with the spectrum, then the two IQs, and then the ADC from the IFSTREAM. And close it. I had to crash out of Matplotlib, but okay, it's still good. All right, so that's the 315 megahertz, still a good reading. I'll have to check these out, but we can see even with that 150 megahertz antenna, just being that close, there might have been some other things like the FM band going on in here, but a very distinct peak at 315, so that's good. And that's going to lead me to believe that the next few groups are valid. So in this IQSTREAM, we're just looking for an offset of 90 degrees and a sinusoid. I can drop this down to maybe 1,000 next time. Okay, so I see definitely an offset, a very similar mixing pattern, so that's looking good. This IQ is just a block, a very small block because it's only the first 1,000, but you can see the sinusoids are going to have that 90 degree out of phase. And finally, here's the ADC readings. And this is before mixing or anything, so it's looking pretty valid. We're getting a lot of oscillation, and can use some further calculations to check it. This concludes the data demonstration. Thank you.